Boom! Back at it again with the episode 3.
Oh yeah, we're like that bug in the corner. You can't get rid of it.
What?
You got like a random beetle running around. You spray it with some rad, and it looks at you like you just like poured warm water on it. It's like, bitch, I'm still here. And then it flies at you.
That's probably the most thing you've ever made sense. That's the most sense you've ever made in your entire life. I actually understood that one.
I'm evolving.
Oh no. Jesus. Okay, well, today's topic is feminism.
By the top demand and request of one of our viewers.
Me. Actually, no.
No, it was not you.
It's not me.
And it wasn't.
It wasn't you either, or your other persona.
Or Aaron Johnson. No. It was actually the son of Law.
Did he?
Yeah, he's the one that wanted us to do it. Son of Law. He
well,
better watch this.
He's our friend, so we can just call him Part.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get over it.
But yeah, he still hasn't watched.
Parker,
Please
bitch.
watch. I know you're canoodling.
Views now.
I know you're canoodling and snuggling with your with your girl. But you can listen while you do that. You'll be like, "Hey girl, them voices sound good on the computer. Let's put them on."
This is not an ASMR, nor is this an encouragement to part. You need to stop. Stop while you're ahead.
But I'm not far enough ahead.
You're too far ahead, actually. We're here, which is in my room, and you are
in space.
Yes. Yeah, you are with Ronald Reagan drinking martinis on the moon.
He was a good president, for the most part.
Was he?
I mean,
the war on drugs was a total sham. He kicked out a ton of immigrants.
You win some, you lose some. I mean, he bought the Soviet. He basically made not bought them out. He beat them in a buying contest because the power of capitalism never fails, and the power of communism only leads to starvation.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, just look at the Soviet Russia's history. I mean, they had like 100 million people of their own folks die of starvation because they can't grow crops. Because they decided to take... No, I'm thinking of China, where they took the city folk and put them out in the farms.
Well, see, I don't think Russia is the best place to grow crops. I'm just saying, it looks kind of cold there to me. Nah. They just did it wrong. They just planted the crops wrong.
Actually, no. We have a Russian guy that comes into our establishment every once in a while. And I asked him, like, when we had that little freeze storm, I was like, so, didn't it get cold? Did it remind you of home? And he's like, actually, it was colder than my home. I was like, really? He's like, yes, it was actually colder. It was actually 2 degrees colder here than it was in my home. And I'm like, really?
Wow.
Hopefully they can understand what I said because I did like a
terrible Russian accent. Yeah, you've broken me. You can just hear the
your soul fading away.
Well, that already went away a long time ago. I sold that for a bag of fucking
Fritos.
Doritos. No, fuck Fritos. Fritos suck. Those things, they're tasteless. They're salty, and they're pieces of shit.
But that's the good part. You put them in your mouth and
you might as well be eating cum at that point. Shit,
it's
the same. It's like I guarantee it might be the same content.
You say like this, like you know from experience.
Okay, well, moving on.
You open that can of worms right out the door.
You know what? Fuck you. Eat a dick.
No, I'll go stand on my door curb.
On your door curb. Yeah.
Well, I look at my watch that tells me the time of the month.
It is March. No, it's April.
Oh,
we're both.
I gotta move that back. There we go. It's April.
It's not even like an analog watch. It's like a calendar that you're actually flipping over on your wrist.
It's just taped to my wrist.
Oh my gosh.
That Doom was staring at the wall.
Doom was. Where's the dumbass?
He's now reading your.
Nah, don't worry about it. Nah, I don't need you talking about my bedroom.
Actually, I think he's thinking about them swords.
Okay. Topic is feminism. My point of view is irrelevant, but I'm gonna say it sucks for the sake of argument. And Nick, how will you defend feminism?
You just said yours was irrelevant, so there we go. I win.
Yours is also irrelevant. Your personal opinion is irrelevant.
That's true.
However, we have to have dialogue for a show. So the jumping off point is feminism.
So, yeah, I believe that women should have the right to vote. They haven't voted in 1972.
Nick.
Time for suffraging.
Nick, I will 100% right now, if you don't look on your phone, give you $100. $100. If you do not look on your phone for any of these answers, give you $100.
Oh, I wasn't looking at my phone.
No, I'm just saying, if you can name 3 women that were suffragettes at the beginning of that period, $100 right straight up. That's like a fucking handshake.
Theodore Roosevelt's wife, Eleanor Roosevelt, his daughter, what's her face, Roosevelt?
That's not a name.
I think her name is Theodora.
Theodore.
Like she was named after him, I think. I don't know. She had a pet snake or whatever. And then what's another one? Madame Curie or whatever, the radiation girl.
Madame Curie? Did you just... Okay, one, you fucking failed. Congratulations. Madame Curie... I don't... There's actually an interesting fact about her. Her body is like in like a lead
because it's
coffin it's so radioactive. Yeah. But anyway, Nick,
what?
You fucking failed.
Well, I ain't no gender studies specialist, major, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but that's a big part of American history.
It is.
You're supposed to be defending this, Nick. You're doing a horrible job. And you didn't even get close to either one of his daughter's names. He had 2.
Eleanor Roosevelt was his wife, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he had 2 daughters, and you didn't say a single one of their names. Alice and Ethel.
Alice and Ethel?
Yes.
All right, so let's rewind back.
No.
I gotta go.
What is that even? Yes, my go back boop 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 machine.
My boop 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 machine. It takes it back like 15 seconds into the past.
To where you just embarrass yourself with Madame Curie. Madame Curie. I can't get over that.
It was like the radar lady. I told you, I did no research on this.
So, I know. But how do you fuck up the name Mary? Her name is Mary.
It is?
Mary Curry, yeah.
I thought it was Madame Curry. Yes. Is it not? Is that not her title? Madame Curry?
I'll give you, you know what, straight up, I'll give you $1,000 if you can even pronounce, if you could even tell me her middle name.
Chatham.
No, it is not Mary Chatham Curry.
It's Mary Elizabeth.
Sklodawaska.
What?
She's Polish, so...
Skolodoska.
Okay, yeah, sure. Anyway. All of that. My point is really easy to defend.
My point is very hard to defend.
Yeah, I know.
Because look where it's gotten us.
The women's right to vote,
No, not that.
more equality in the workplace.
What are you talking about? Like, they get promoted quicker than we do now.
No,
They get
yeah,
hired by via
like I said,
diversity.
more equality in the workplace. They've got more equality than us.
Alright, so, believe it or not, they don't. Because they did okay, so you know how they were talking about the wage gap and everything? Turns out there is a wage gap, but it's in the inverse. They get paid more than guys. This was actually done via Google.
I know, but they have more equality than us. See, us men, we're at this level of equality. And we're at this level of this equality.
That's right. So it's like a tier. Okay, so they're like tier 1 equality, and we're at tier 3. Gotcha.
Just so people know, I'm not actually sexist. I believe everyone should be equal, and everyone is. I believe inherently. However,
I don't. I'm going to explain why. 'Cause nobody's born equal. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, and not everybody has the same strengths and same weaknesses.
well, we're all born as
We're all unique.
jellyfish piloting skeletons that are wearing meat suits.
Yeah, we're...
Unless you don't have skin, then that's an issue. Then you got more things to worry
So
about.
what it is, we're biomechas. That's what we are.
Yes.
We're jellyfish piloting a carbon-based skeleton wearing meat armor. And occasionally, like the issue, like you said, it's when the meat armor's gotten like damaged. That's when the skeleton frame comes out. And so,
And then you have bigger issues than equality.
exactly. Anywho, yeah, everybody has their own strengths and their own weaknesses, and that's what makes us unique. If everybody was equal, then we would all be the same. We'd
Yeah,
be
but
endless drones.
when people say, I'm supposed to be pointing out the flaws in this, and it's supposed to be the other way around, try harder. But anyway,
yeah, you're like, you do this because I know you're gonna have a harder time in defending it.
anyway, when people say everyone is born equal, they don't mean at physical skill or mental ability. They
They're
mean
not
in the
equal.
legal right, and they also mean in the right of your inherent rights, which is your right to bear arms, your right to breathe, your right to water. Which, by the way, the CEO of Nestle
Just
said,
trying to can water and sell it.
no, so, I mean, yeah, but he said water should not be an inherent right to people.
Yet it's one of the key components of life.
Yeah, he straight up said that. And you're like, he said that water should be able to be privatized. And when I heard that, I'm like, I want to dump this guy in the middle of a desert and see what he has to say.
Charge him $1.50 for dollar.
Charge him $10 million for a glass of water, and see how he reacts.
Oh no, we could get him what was that girl on the internet? The dolphin girl, the dolphin with the bell.
Dolphin with the what?
We could just give him her water. Oh, what's that girl? Like there was a bunch of thirsty simps that were feeding her money.
Oh, get the gamer girl water. That's what you're talking
Exactly.
about.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what I'm
my
talking about.
god. You're talking about Belle Delphine. Shit.
Yeah, bell dolphin.
Belle Delphine. Wait, hold on. Hold on. You're 0 for 0. You're 1 for 3 on names today. Belle Dolphin. Madam Curry. Theodore Roosevelt. The woman.
Oh, I hit your fan.
Theodore Roosevelt, the woman. The only thing you got right was Eleanor Roosevelt. That's the only thing you got right. Oh my god.
I mean, it's not my favorite section of history. I'm more of a Indo-European history guy.
For a guy who really likes America. You know jack shit about American history.
No, I know a lot about like the Industrial Revolution and all that. That's the prime capitalistic age.
Prime capitalistic age. All right, I want to hear you defend a capitalist.
Defend a capitalist?
Yes, I want to hear you defend a capitalist.
All right, so capitalism actually promotes
Not capitalism, a capitalist. Someone who endeavors to be, who heavily uses capitalism. So say Henry Ford was a capitalist.
All right, so speaking of Henry Ford, very good man.
Anti-Semitic, notorious racist, built cars for the Nazi Party in World War II.
It don't matter. All right, so let me.
So,
Okay.
man.
Everybody has their faults, but he originally designed vehicles to be able to run off of corn fuels for family farms all across the U.S. He did not want actual large, like oil companies like SDP and Rockefeller to actually become a giant monopoly like they inevitably became.
So anti-capitalist.
No.
A capitalist who's anti-capitalist. Because capitalism is meant to climb to the top, and once you're there, you've worked your way all the way to the top, but he didn't want those people to get there.
No, he got all the way up to the top, but he also let his earnings and his success trickle down to those underneath him.
What he did was he established the weekend because it meant that his workers can now go buy his shit so he could make more money.
I mean,
he understood the fact that
that's better than working 7 days a week, 40 hours a day,
and which is good. I'm not saying I'm not saying anyone's inherently a bad or good person. I'm just saying he had a lot of ideas that were pretty bad.
I mean, that's just for the product of the time period. I mean, you gotta think a lot of those guys were inevitably racist because that's what they were taught back in those days.
Yeah, but not a lot of them supported the Nazi Party.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of industrial folks, they sold their patents and provided their intellectual wares to the Nazis because, I mean, they were building their economy and they were becoming a major world power, and they did for a little while until the power of America came in, and we stomped them with our giant
really
eagle wings.
On Japan after Japan did that. Now we did.
Yeah, because Japan bit the hand that fed them.
Well, no, they woke a sleeping giant.
Yeah, they
but also, had Japan done nothing, America would have not intervened the way they did until it got to them.
That's why the Nazis were like begging Emperor Hirohito to be like, "Don't attack America! Don't attack America!" And then, 2 days later, they're like, "Hey, Japan-chan, guess what we did today?" "Oh, don't tell me." We bombed America. That was their doomsday.
And well, that and the fact that Russia was also very prevalent, at least army-wise, at the time. And
they had the troops, but they didn't have the arms. That's where America came into place. We were the arms doers.
We were the arms. That's kind of sad because that's usually America's play. We're the arms dealers. We're gonna sell it to
both sides.
To Russia, we sold a little bit to Germany. Then we sold it to the Contras, which didn't come back to bite us at all. We sold it to Iran.
Oh yeah, we played Kingmaker across the world. That's because we're better, America. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but we kind of made our own enemies by doing that.
Yeah, I know. It's like the jock in high
again,
school that
the Contra problem was Reagan's fault.
I mean, people had their highest average wage, hourly wage during that time. With the amount of tax cuts that he actually had. It actually worked out. People had more money in their pockets to actually spend and have more of a good time working with the free market as it is. The freer the market, the better things run. Now, it doesn't make things equal, because not everybody's going to have the same amount of money. But
yeah, absolutely.
With the right gumption, the right wherewithal, and the right planning, you can acquire anything. Even those who find themselves in rags, or a lowly immigrant like poor Andrew Carnegie, find themselves in America, comes up with a big idea, for instance, innovating and designing steel. Matter of fact, before Andrew Carnegie came to America, steel production was very small and limited in production, could only be produced in small quantities. He designed and developed a way of smelting vast amounts of steel, and thus allowing large bridges to be built with his designs with the steel, and thus steel became quite prevalent, allowing us to build giant structures, mega structures that we would never see if it wasn't for him and others like him of this day.
Sounded like you just read off of the script.
You know, I've been looking at you dead eyed, so
Yeah.
you know it's not a script.
Yeah, I know it's not a script, but it sounds like it. So that tells me you've written this script, etched it into your brain about Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie.
You know, he fucking hated John D. Rockefeller.
They fucking hate each other.
Yeah, they
All
had,
the big capitalists hated each other. Rockefeller didn't like Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt didn't like Carnegie. But Vanderbilt is the reason.
we have libraries and everything. Yep.
I was thinking more like railroads, but
Oh yeah, the railroads. He was a
With
big
the-
railroad man.
yeah.
I mean, that was his big
That-
stitch.
yeah. You don't become a capitalist by owning a ton of libraries.
No, you don't. But at least he gave back to the people. See that's
Yeah,
what's
but
good about
I think the big issue nowadays is we don't give back to the people.
Exactly.
It accumulates. You look at Jeff Bezos. You look at Bill Gates. Their money is accumulating, but they're not putting it back into the system.
But that comes down to a values issue with the person. It means that the culture that they grew up in taught them not to value their neighbors around them and value humans in general.
Well, we can look. Well, we know that's one not true because of Bill Gates. He came up from literally nothing. I don't even think he. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on
But you
this.
just said he doesn't fund his money back out.
Yeah.
To people.
But that is a learned behavior when you get to that point.
Exactly.
I believe-
That's literally what I just said.
No, but that's not an origin behavior. An origin behavior is where you come from and those values you have. But once you get this money, your values immediately change. Or not immediately, they slowly change to it's my money. You become more greedy the more money you have.
Right. Anyway, back to capitalism.
We're still talking about capitalism, though.
I know. We ended up talking about billionaires and
Which is a big part of capitalism.
Yep.
The fact that money accumulates and no one's putting it back into the system. And
which effectively weakens the system. You
Yeah.
gotta have money moving. It's like water. You can't let it stagnate.
well, and that's a big issue with trickle down economics because it stays at the top. It doesn't.
It's supposed to trickle
It's
down.
supposed
like
to
a
trickle
waterfall.
down, but when people are greedy, which people often are when they make that much
It
money,
don't trickle down like
it
a
doesn't
waterfall.
trickle down. No, it doesn't.
Yep.
The idea is as good as socialism. It's good on paper.
But it don't work.
It
in
don't
practice.
work like that. It does not
But
work
you
like
know
that.
what does? Free anocar. no. I was about to say anogarco capitalism or whatever. That's just pure chaos. But a pseudo laissez-faire market would work though, where there are some regulations to prevent massive amounts of wealth ended up pooling, but less regulations where you get stifled and get into a bureaucratic stagnation where there's too much red ticker tape where nothing gets done. So you gotta have some not autocratic, what is it called? Automation, I guess that's what you could say, where things are done by the
Well,
individual without having to go up higher up and everything.
Yeah, but that's not likely to happen.
But when it happens, when people have like,
But it's not likely to happen.
yeah, not in this current state.
Or any future state.
I mean, it could, like with the state.
Yeah, with the red
Collapse.
button reset.
Exactly.
So you're suggesting we nuke everyone?
Perhaps.
All right, you heard it here now. Nick, let's nuke the world.
I prefer not to have everything into a nuclear wasteland.
See, you don't have to nuke everyone. You just have to nuke the poles.
You know what you could do? You don't even have to nuke the poles. You just nuke the ionosphere, and that shuts down all electricity, and then we revert back to the Stone Age.
Well,
Or not even the Stone Age. We just revert back to the 1800s.
yeah, we wouldn't go that far back. Hopefully not. I mean, we might. Have you seen how stupid people are today? Yeah, but we might.
But I'm set because I know how to blacksmith. I know how to weld things with oxy-fuel tanks. I know how to build stuff. I'm all set. You can't get rid of me. People are going to always need a tool maker.
Well, we also said that about railroads.
Hey, we still use railroads to this day.
Yeah, but not as much.
No, we use them a lot for logistics.
Not as much as we used to.
True, but it is coming back with new rail designs. Especially in Japan, like they're designing massive amounts of
This is
electromagnetic
not
trains.
Japan.
Yeah, I know, but they're a protectorate of us. I think that's the right word, protectorate. They're like underneath our wing.
No.
They're like a
You're
little
thinking of the
chickadee.
Philippines.
Yeah, they're exactly like the Philippines. Yeah,
But they're not.
I mean they're their own country, but I mean somebody fucks with them. Daddy America's gonna be like, America.
Yeah, but we say that about South Korea as well, but look how that's going.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's why we airdrop fat ass rabbits into North Korea.
Fat ass rat. What do you...
Look it up. Like America dropped
That's a thing?
Yeah.
We're dropping rabbits into North Korea?
Yes, we dropped fat ass rabbits. Like they've been
Is a
genetically
M-E-R-I-S, America, D-R-O-P-P, dropping R-A-B-B-I, rabbits into
They're like big fat rabbits too.
North Korea.
It's like help feed them.
Big German bunnies may help feed North Korea. What?
Told you.
What? A faded sign on the front door says...
And see, because of capitalism, we're able to feed those who can't feed themselves.
And then told NPR that there is enough food for the rabbits.
It's just like you didn't believe about the microchimerism. And you look it up and you're
Yeah, that still baffles me.
like...
Dropping rabbits into North Korea to feed people. That's kind of fucked.
It's fucking rad. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's no. I'm just imagine little rabbits in army suits putting seasonings on their own heads.
It's like that scene in like Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest or whatever, where
What?
where Captain Jack's like putting the paprika on his like armpits and everything.
Oh yeah.
What you doing, Duma? You're just like,
The cat's kneading. Leave it alone.
oh, sweet kid.
Anyway.
Anywho. But yeah, capitalism does create a lot of equality, I guess you could say. For instance, believe it or not, in Jim Crow era, black people were more likely to be hired than white people because they could get paid less than the white person yet do the same amount of jobs. Now, they're still getting paid less, but I mean, still, they were getting hired more.
Yeah, well, I think a lot more issues were going on than hiring at the time.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, there was a lot more issues than
Bigger
that.
prevalent issues than being hired, which is still an issue. Just there's bigger issues than two white guys sitting in a middle class home can talk about without feeling reasonably uncomfortable.
You let me sit out in the sun. I turn a nice caramel
Nick,
color.
you're like what? You're like 98% Jewish, Nick. You do not turn black. You don't even turn black. You don't even turn tan.
I did one time. And that's
I
after.
did once, and that's when I sat in the middle of Jamaica for 3 years.
No, that's right after I got an intense freaking sun poisoning.
Sun poisoning. He was poisoned by the sun, and that got him slightly tan.
Exactly.
He was about as tan as what's a beige? About as tan as beige.
But yeah, when I get like sunburn, I like peel like a snake, like whole sheets of skin just slough off me, and it's just nice pale
I
white
don't need
underneath.
to know that.
And
People don't need to know that.
then when I got like sun poisoning, I got like these random little boils or like little pockets of like bubbles all across my skin and back, and then like I felt like tiny little corkscrews erupting from my back. I almost
So you
went
mean
berserk.
a first-degree burn?
I'd say more like second, because I had a bunch of blisters and everything, like tons of them.
So it's not sun poisoning. It's a second-degree burn.
Yeah, it's sun poisoning. That's what it's called. Look it up.
Sun poisoning. I'm learning so many new things. Sun, POI.
I like that little star in the rainbow that's like doo doo doo. The more you know.
Technical term. Sunburn.
Well, it's like a more advanced degree of sunburn.
Sun poisoning doesn't really mean you've been poisoned. It's often the term used for a severe case of sunburn.
Yeah,
So it's just really bad sunburn.
it's an advanced case of sunburn. I just said that.
Why not just say really bad sunburn?
Because that doesn't sound as good as sun
Sun
poisoning.
poisoning. I get it. I get it. The treatings of this. Get out of the sun. Thank you. Thank you, WebMD. We've already committed a cardinal sin by looking at WebMD.
Wow.
Anyway, get out of the sun. No shit. Take a cool shower.
I
Thank you.
bathed in ice, and that was a
Not
mistake.
cold. Not, it says not cold. Cool. That's a very technical term.
I like.
So where does cool become cold and cold become not cold?
I don't know. They don't got a temperature.
Drink extra fluids for a few days.
Oh, I drink like a gallon or two of water a day.
Take ibuprofen or acetaminophen to relieve pain.
You know what
Use-
actually relieves the pain? The antifungal powder that you put on your feet. We sprinkled that all on my back, and it made that go away. Made that pain.
Well, maybe
itching
aloe
go away.
vera might have helped better.
We didn't have aloe vera. Well, we had it, and they
You
used it
live
all
in
up.
town. You live like not even 5 miles from a Walmart. Go buy it. It would have taken less than 10 minutes.
I couldn't drive. I couldn't move.
Have someone who could drive.
I tried to get her to go, and she was like, "No."
She's just saying no, no.
But she did sprinkle that like the foot powder, and that made it.
Sprinkled foot. Where does that idea even come from?
I don't know.
Where did your mom get the idea of foot powder?
Well,
Go back.
Because apparently when she read it, it was like the same stuff as aspirin, except crushed up and like powder. So she's like, okay, let's just put that on his back and see what that does. She put it on my back, and yep, that took away like the little corkscrew spring things coming out my back.
It tells you seek immediate medical care for these symptoms. A sunburn that forms blisters, covers a large area, or is very painful. So you should have gone to a hospital.
Oh, fuck that shit. I don't put up the money for that.
Facial swelling, fevers and chills, upset stomach, headache, confusion, faintness, or signs of dehydration.
So, I did go kind of berserk, so I guess you could mark down the confusion part on that. Because, like, I almost started rampaging through my house because the pain was a little bit too unbearable. Usually I can just, like, stalwart my will and be like, the pain's not there, but that time the pain was definitely there.
Oh my god. Ways of following the basics of avoiding sun poisoning. Wear
Sunscreen.
Limit your exposure between 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. And remember that water, snow, and sand can intensify the sun's damaging rays. Wear sunglasses as I had. So, by following basic things you need to do in hot sun, you would have avoided this.
Oh, but I was signaling like planes with an SOS with my shiny white back at the pool party. But anyway, what's funny though is like 2 days after that I had to counsel at a Christian camp or whatever, and so yeah, I had to like delicately and gingerly put on my shirts and stuff. And what we did is I would just pick a kid randomly in my cabin, just lather my back up with Noxema with eucalyptus leaves.
The worst sunburn I ever got was I actually took a vacation to Jamaica. Well, it's like right at the equator, so it's got no fucking protection. Zero. And I think I was at like the Margaritaville.
Screw
Had
that.
like a bunch of like water stuff there, and I was out on the water for like 4 hours. Well, the next morning, and I'm like red as a lobster. And I don't say that as like
You were literally red. You were like me.
Yeah, I think the one thing I didn't have was blisters. I think I was like 10 minutes away in the sun from getting blisters.
Oh, I had blisters all. Let me see if I can actually pull up a picture from.
I don't want to see it. I believe you. I 100% believe you.
Maybe I should post it in the chat.
No, you should not. Oh my god, please, for the love of all things holy, Joe.
I gotta scroll back to like 1987. Where's that?
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
I'm gonna find that picture.
Okay, you find the picture. So how's everyone doing? Anyone who bothers to actually listen to these things, how are you doing? What are you doing with your lives?
We're doing pretty
You have
good.
shut up.
Thank you for asking.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
All right, so there's
Oh
Mark
my
1.
God. Gross.
Then there's 2.
What the? You should have 100% gone to a hospital.
Then there's a close-up on that one.
Like, 100% you should have gone to, yeah. That's like hospital.
I had like all of those all across my back. Like that's right after like a large sheet of skin just sloughed off. And there's my back again.
So.
Oh, there's my boy Sweet Cheeks. Look at Sweet Cheeks.
Sweet cheeks.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's my back. It started recovering.
Gross. We're done with these photos, Nick.
Here's my back again after I
Nick,
killed
stop. Stop. I'm asking you to stop as a friend, as a co-host, as a... Get this phone out of here.
Give me that shit back.
Get it out of here.
Showing you my past.
Yeah, and I don't want to see it.
Yeah, that's the cabin that I was
Oh
in.
my god.
Oh, here's when I picked up a little baby bird.
Why? What does that have to do with your sunburn?
Because it happened during the time that I had my sunburn.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I haven't seen Wilson in a long time. Oh man, there's Wilson. You don't know Wilson.
Okay, well, getting off of this topic, back to our podcast, Nick.
Oh yeah.
We're in the middle of something. Do this before or after, not during. Why are you messing with the microphone? Why do you have to do these things? Why must you torture me so?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I'm trying to get the mic in the perfect position.
The perfect position. The pristine position for microphone usage.
Exactly, except I drop it like 30 times.
You know, if this podcast ever goes anywhere, I'm gonna get a boom mic. I'm actually gonna get it anyway, but you're gonna reimburse me for said boom mic.
Well, you'll know, end up batting at it like fucking cats.
Yes.
Like we do my dice in my car.
Yes. He has fuzzy dice in his car, and we mess with them like fucking cats all the time because we're children.
Fucking bad at them.
Absolute children. Anyway.
Oh, I just noticed your fan. You got tiny little blades on there.
Why are you gonna judge my fan? Why you gotta be that way? I don't judge your tiny little things.
My fans are huge.
I wasn't talking about your fans, tiny fingers.
What are you talking about my fingers? Actually, they are a good 4 inches long.
4 inches long. Oh my god.
I got nice size hands. They're not too long. They're not too short.
See, like when I look at my hands, I don't think they're bad. Like whenever I see my fingers in a picture, they look chubby as fuck. And I get really insecure about my chubby fingers. And like, you know, I feel like, gosh.
I like my hands. They're also very strong.
Pretty strong.
Almost strong enough for me to do finger push-ups. Eventually, I'm gonna get that thing down pat. And eventually, I'm gonna become like Bruce Lee and be able to do like that thumb and pinky push-up. I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I highly doubt it too, but I didn't want to sound like an asshole.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a dense boy. I'm a meaty boy.
In other words, he's fat. But I am too, so there's no...
I'm not like fat. I'm just...
You're not like... I know.
I
did not hear you hear the word chunky come out of your mouth like that.
No, not chunky. Chunky.
Continue. What do you have to say for yourself, Nick? Besides chunky.
Chunky. They call me Big Chungus.
No,
No one calls me Big Chungus.
No one calls you Big Chungus. You don't even call yourself Big Chungus.
No, I don't, because I'm not Big Chungus.
No, you're not a fat rabbit.
Nope. But, they do call me Chops.
No, they don't anymore.
Not anymore.
Because you don't have much. So, like, at our job, going back to our job, they made a rule that says you can't have mutton chops. And Nick had the most glorious
Mutton chops.
However, they made a rule which was the only person that affected was Nick. It was the only person that would affect. So he had to grow a beard, and you know he lost his powers, man. You lost your superhuman powers because you're like Samson with his hair, but you grew it and it lost its effect.
So I gotta keep my booty chin out in the air so I gain my powers.
Booty chin. What?
I got a cleft chin, you didn't know that?
Cleft chin.
See, it's a booty chin.
You know what you should do? You should grow an Amish beard. Just get rid of the mustache. Go straight for Amish.
you know why, like, rednecks and like guys our age do that, right?
They're douchebags?
No, they like to partake of the fleshy taco upon their mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay, well, anywho,
I learned that from my welding buddies.
your welding buddies. I thought they didn't have beards because they could catch on fire.
No. You actually kind of want a beard when you're welding because then it catches like the slag and stuff that flies off.
Well, why not just wear like a mask to protect your entire face?
Because that shit gets hot.
So, wear a mask that protects your face from slag, or
Actually,
have your beard catch on
when you're
fire.
welding, you technically do have a mask. You have your welding hood on. Then you have safety glasses underneath.
Why not wear a bigger mask?
Because then it get in the way of the welding hood.
What? What do you mean?
The welding hood's
Get a
like
bigger welding hood then.
it's like a helmet.
Yeah. So why do you have to wear a beard to protect you?
Because the stuff goes in behind the hood sometimes.
Make a better hood. You got your welders. You should fix this problem.
Well, if we make a completely encapsulating hood, then it ends up basically encapsulating our head, and then you can't take the lens off to be able to see what you're doing.
You can still make. I bet you there's a hood that you can make that protects your entire head that you can lift to get it out of your face to check what you're making.
Probably underwater welding hood.
Then get one of those.
Those things are expensive.
Then make one.
I want to.
Then stop. Your problems mean nothing to me now.
Nah, it's all good. I used to want to be an underwater welder. Did you know that you legally can't do it for you can only do it legally for 5 years? Because for each year that you do it underwater, because of the chemicals and the gases that come up in the water absorb into your skin, it's highly carcinogenic. And for each year that you do it, it takes 5 years off your lifespan.
What if I want to live to be 25?
You didn't do it because you get paid like buku of money. You'll become like a millionaire
Don't they
within like a year.
Doesn't it like? What does it start off as? I thought it was like 400,000. That's what they started you off as. Let's look at the starting.
Depends on who you're welding for. Underwater welder.
Starting pay for underwater. According to commercial divers and global statistics, the average underwater welding salary is $53,000. What?
It's gone down than it used to.
Yeah, that
It used to be more than that.
that is totally not
Worth it because
Yeah.
it used to be like $30
That's
and $40 an hour.
You can get a vocational degree that gives you 80,000
You
right
can
off the
become a-
bat.
HVAC guy or a plumber.
Seriously,
Get paid to
plumbers make fucking bang.
You know, that's what my father used to be. He used to be our college's plumber for a long time.
Yeah. But yeah, plumbers make fucking bang. Yeah, like starting pay can go anywhere from starting pay is below that, but not substantial enough to become an underwater welder. To where every year you work there, you have 5 years taken off your life. Shit.
You know, my uncle, he's a master electrician. Not the one that's dead.
Not the dead one.
I guess he's my uncle-in-law because he's married to my mother's sister. Anyway, he's a master electrician, and they make a little over $1 million a year.
Damn. Maybe I should go into electrical work.
He works on those huge power lines, the ones that you gotta like put like black powder to like weld the copper together. They like put like these junctions in place, and they pour like black powder into the copper wires. Then they light it, and it flash welds those copper wires into place. It's really cool.
Man, I've been thinking about changing my major again because I'm not liking programming.
You just stand at the screen, typing zeros and ones.
Well, that's not what programmers do.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking because it's just talking about binary.
Yeah, I understand that, Nicholas.
But our viewers don't, or some of them might not. Parky might.
Nick, we have like 7 viewers. I'll eat a portion of a hat if we ever get above 20.
Alright, you heard it, guys.
You heard it. You heard it, Park.
So,
That doesn't watch?
No. See, you forget I'm a really good recruiter. I got 5 people hired at our workplace, and then I get more. I'm getting you and Park and a couple other guys into karate. So I guess I missed my call. I should be an army recruiter.
See, the reason you can't be is you can't run that fast.
Yeah, no.
You can't chase down all those high school dropouts.
Oh, so you know what? I should be a Navy recruiter because I can swim.
I can't run, but I can sure as hell swim.
I can swim faster than I can run.
But you're not gay,
Yeah, no, I'm not.
so you can't be a part of the Navy.
You're right. You're right.
Not meaning to insult the Navy, but I'm insulting the Navy. I mean, thank you for your service. If anyone from the Navy ever fucking watches this, however, we're gonna make fun of you. Fuck you.
In the Navy.
You'd be better off in the Blue Oyster Bar than anything else.
Goodness.
I
I don't know how good I'm in zero gravity.
Zero gravity. So I don't think any recruiters live in zero gravity.
I mean, we got the space cadets.
Space get. Yeah, but that means you have to become an astronaut. You work at an auto parts store. That's a huge leap.
You just build a spaceship out of rotors and pads, rotors and brake pads. You just get enough starter fluid, just pour it into like an empty chamber, and then light it.
Nick, thank you for not being a rocket scientist. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be dead.
No, a lot of people have a really good time. Just once, though. Just once.
Nick, they would call your catastrophe Challenger 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I had to make off like the German scientist to Argentina. My grandkids would be like, "So, did you ever design rockets?" 9.
9. 9? And that's not you saying no, that's the 9 rockets you designed all exploded.
The 10th one actually made it, but it's never came back down.
The 10th one got off the ground, it just never came back to the ground.
Rumor has it still floating around Uranus.
Rumor is that it exploded after launch, whereas the other ones exploded before launch.
Right as they're about to go up. Oh, does this thing come out?
Why are you destroying my microphone?
Oh, it does come out.
Stop destroying my things!
Oh shit.
Nick, what have you done?
I'm sorry.
You broke the microphone.
You got raccoon hands, I got monkey hands. They take things apart.
My raccoon hands. My raccoon hands.
Like I was always taking things apart when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, don't take things apart that aren't yours.
You're right.
You right. You just imagine you going to like fucking Tesla, and Elon Musk is looking down, going, "Wow, guys, you're doing a really good job."
Just going there and taking apart their
And
car.
then you just see it. He's like, "What are you doing?" I wanted to see how it works. You could have just asked.
It's right here on the board.
You're literally in our HQ.
I can get here anyway.
Don't ask questions. You don't want to know the answer.
I look to my other arm and I'm like, this little dude here. Like, it just making noises with your mouth. No. Phase out of reality. They're like, what the fuck?
Really, you only went like 5 feet behind him. And you're just like creeping out. Oh my god.
Just optical illusion.
Woo! I just imagine the phasing out is going on in your mind, and when you go, you watch this, you go, woo!
Throw like glitter in there.
And just like walking behind them and like backing out.
They're just dead eyeing me and watching me, and they're like, look over there. And look, and I sprint down the hallway.
No, they don't even look. You just go, look over there, and then you just turn around and run away while they're looking at you. Take the shot.
They fire. I'm like, no, that's not
You're just going, running down the hallway.
And then we're like, Lab Experience 317 Scott now. 317 Scott now.
Three. SCP Nicholas has gotten escaped his cage. Call in unit Alpha Beta Delta.
Call his handler, Cole.
Calling his handler over the microphone. God damn it, Nick! This is Tesla!
How'd you get there? I don't know.
Nick, how did you get to Tesla? I don't know. I just got here.
You look outside and my caddy's not even there.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Oh, that can go up to the situations like our religious diner and our time traveler TV show.
Oh yeah, time traveler TV show. That's where we got the boop 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 boop.
Yes. That's stupid. I don't even remember half of that idea. Oh my gosh.
He keeps going so far back in time, he ends up running into himself.
And then he goes back
Further.
to another universe kind of. You're like, oh shit, this is really futuristic, but I'm in the past. What? It's like a really shitty sitcom too.
All the CGI is just poorly hand drawn.
Poorly hand drawn and like early Doctor Who costumes.
For like very early Star Trek, where you can literally
Dude,
see like tiny.
how insane would it be if we actually meet space aliens and they look like those exact things from like shitty sci-fi episodes? Just imagine how dumbfounded everyone would be. Just like,
It wouldn't matter because there'd still be some horny guys on the internet that would try and bang them.
yeah, true. But just imagine how everyone would be like, "That's a fucking alien." They got it right. Oh my gosh. Anywho, that's all I've got for tonight. You have anything else to add on feminism?
Oh no.
Besides capitalism, and space aliens, and
Has it already been an hour?
yeah, it's just about an hour.
Goodness, that was went by fast. I don't know. Should we talk about our prime example of a strong independent woman?
No.
Or should we just save that?
We're gonna save that
Oh, we're gonna
until we get our. We're gonna save that for a life story episode.
Okay, for a life.
For our life stories. We've got a good episode coming to you next week. It is about Dungeons and Dragons. We'll be waiting for you, Otter, if you actually make it to this long in the episode.
That's right, Otter.
Alright.
Thank you for watching.
Goodbye.
Have a good morning.